So, what is journalism? That's a question with a lot of answers. I think at its most obvious level, journalism is simply compiling information and sharing that information with an audience that wants or needs that information. But in perhaps a less obvious sense, journalism is about creating and maintaining and even repairing culture. Here's an example of that: political coverage. Um, when you read political coverage as a consumer of news, in one sense, you're having information transmitted to you by a journalist who has gathered this information. And it's information you want or need, or perhaps both, in order to make a good decision in the upcoming election. But at the same time, think about what's going on when you read that article. In a way, you and the media are participating in a ritual that defines politics as something important, something you should care about as a citizen. And by engaging in this ritual of reading this news, of absorbing this content, you are helping to create the notion that politics and democracy and elections are important. You're helping to maintain that notion by participating in it. And you're helping even to repair it when things go wrong. For example, with coverage, when people perceive journalists as being too harsh or maybe not harsh enough, there's usually an outcry, and there's usually kind of a correction, and there's usually kind of a sense of, in the United States, this is what we mean by politics, and let's get back to that. So there are those two levels to journalism. It's about sharing information. It's also about this ritual that helps create a culture that existed before this process and is now influenced by this process.